Welcome to our final episode, Sacred Moments, Finding Peace in Small Things. This final episode is a moment of celebration. It's a little bit of a moment of sadness because it's a final one for this season, but it's really more about joy and how we can find these sacred moments that we can celebrate. It's not a celebration that everything has been resolved or figured out. It's more a celebration of you, of the fact that you showed up, that you kept creating, and that you chose again and again to treat your inner life as something worth tending. Sacred Moments is about learning to recognize peace where it already lives. It's about the small moments in everyday life that are honestly lived, and understanding that your creative practice is not a hobby or a distraction. It's actually a form of care, a form of presence, and it's worth saying that this moment matters and so do I. At the heart of this episode is a message we want to carry through every lesson, every reflection, every breath, that you're already an artist. Not because of your skill level or your training or how many people have seen your work. It's because you're here, because you make things, because you pay attention to the world in a way that asks something of you and you respond. You don't have to earn the right to call yourself an artist because you already are one. So what makes a moment sacred? Sacred moments are not rare. They're not reserved for people with more time or more peace or more certainty. They're available right now in whatever's actually in front of you. They live in the way the light falls across the table in the morning, or the smell of something familiar that carries you back, or a breath that you take slowly and on purpose. Sacredness is not created, it's something that's noticed. The invitation in this episode is to slow down enough to notice it and to treat that moment as something meaningful. As artists, we sort of have an eye for this, and we've always known this. The practice of making things trains our eyes to look at things differently. We see things that somebody else might walk past. When you spend time with color, form, texture, light, when you listen carefully to a rhythm or sit quietly with an emotion long enough to shape it into something, you develop a particular kind of attention. And that attention is a gift, not just for your art, but for life in general. It's what allows you to find sacred moments in an ordinary Tuesday afternoon. So why do these small moments matter? When life feels heavy, we tend to want to find big solutions or make big changes or seek out something that's going to give us instant relief, but healing rarely works that way. It more often arrives the way light arrives, gradually, quietly, through whatever opening is available. And small moments work because they ground the nervous system without requiring effort. And they remind us that something gentle still exists even in difficult seasons. They can offer rest without asking us to pretend that we're okay. And they anchor us in the present when the past or the future might feel overwhelming. This peace arrives quietly, and it's a practice that's worth letting in. So sacred moments are really about being mindful. Mindfulness and art making are more connected than they might appear because both ask the same fundamental thing of you, to just be here and to be present and to actually notice what's in front of you rather than the story you're telling about it. When you bring genuine attention to an experience without judgment, without rushing past it, something in you shifts. Gratitude becomes easier. Stress softens at the edges. The present moment stops being something to endure and starts being somewhere that you can actually live. To have this peace in this moment doesn't require that you have some kind of a different life. It just requires that you take the time to pay attention and to stop and just absorb what it is that you're experiencing and appreciate it and find joy in it. Have you ever had a moment where you've just made your morning coffee, you grab your cup, you go and you sit down and you take that first sip and you're just like really hyper aware of the flavor and, oh, this is a really good coffee this morning, and you just savor it for a moment. or somebody is cooking bacon and you wake up to the smell of bacon and you just sit quietly, listen to the sounds of the house, and just absorb that smell and just have like this moment that brings a smile to your face. These are sacred moments. So I want to expand this a little bit more and talk about how you are an artist. No matter where you're coming from, no matter what kind of art, no matter what skill or level you're at, you are an artist. There's this myth out there that you have to be qualified to be an artist, that somewhere along the way, many of us absorb this story of who gets to be called an artist. The story usually involves credentials, talent, recognition, or a certain type of output that the world agrees is real art. But that story is not true. And I think it's important that as we move into the rest of the episode, that this is something that we define. Because we're all coming from different places, we're all different people, we all see the world through a different lens. And the truth of art is that it comes from within. And if you're producing something that's honest, that's you, that's how you need to express yourself, it is art. Period. Having these doubts about ourselves or feeling like I'm not really an artist or my art's not good enough, it's kept a lot of people from claiming something that already belongs to them. It's turned creative expression into performance and becomes something that you have to earn the right to, rather than what it actually is, just a human need, a birthright, a way of being present within your own life. The only thing, in my opinion, that defines who is an artist is someone who pays attention to the world and responds to it creatively, or pays attention to how they're feeling and responds to it creatively. You're an artist if you create anything at all, from the woodworker to somebody who doodles in the edges of the page, to somebody who hums and creates a new tune while they're cooking supper. This is all creative action. This is all artistry. The skill is something you develop over time, but the artist identity is something that you already have. Your skill will grow with practice, with time, with the willingness to experiment and to keep making things. But none of that has to happen before you're allowed to say, I am an artist. Art history is full of people who didn't even begin their practice until late in life, who were self-taught, who worked in other forms that others dismissed, who created in private with no audience at all for decades. Their work was no less meaningful for any of that. The act of making was entirely the point. Once you claim yourself as an artist, your practice becomes exploration more than evaluation. Mistakes become information rather than evidence against you. And other artists become companions rather than competition, so that your creative work becomes a place where you belong, not a test that you're taking. Your sacred creative space does not discriminate. It doesn't belong more to the experienced artist than it does to the beginner, and it doesn't require more mastery to enter it. In fact, there's something uniquely sacred about beginnings, about making your first clumsy marks in a new medium, or about the humility of not knowing yet and doing it anyway. The willingness to begin something without the guarantee that you're going to be good at it. It's one of the bravest and most honest things that a person can do. It's the reason why we experiment and try new things. And sometimes we find out, oh boy, I really suck at this. And sometimes we find ways to incorporate it or adapt and take what we've learned from a failed experiment and bring that knowledge into a different medium or a different technique or creating something entirely new. Because we can sit back sometimes and look at our failed experiments and say, well, that didn't work. I can't really do that, but I still like the medium. So how can I change the way that I perceive myself working with this medium? And instead of trying to mimic make it my own and do something different or invent something new or a new way of doing something. And this is the birth of your own style, and that takes time. But it doesn't mean that when you first started, you weren't the artist. You're still the artist. It just, you're going to develop that style and that technique and that originality over time as you experiment, as you grow. If you've been holding back from being creative because you think that you're not good enough yet, this is your invitation. The space is ready, you're ready. The only requirement is showing up. So, for today's meditation, we'll be honoring sacred moments. I'd like you to find a comfortable position wherever your body wants to be right now. Let your hands rest somewhere easy and let your shoulders drop. Let the weight of you be fully held by whatever's beneath you. If closing your eyes feels right now, let them close. Or if you prefer, you can do a soft downward gaze, and that's welcome too. Take one slow breath in through your nose. And release it all the way out through your mouth. This is our final meditation of this season, and I want to begin by simply saying, you made it. Whatever that means for you, whatever you carried to get here, whatever you set down along the way, whatever you discovered or rediscovered, or decided to hold differently, you showed up, you stayed, and that matters. This meditation isn't asking anything of you that you haven't already given. It's simply an invitation to arrive fully, gently, without agenda, in this moment, which is, as it turns out, the only moment that ever asks to be felt. Let your breath do what it already knows how to do. Be easy and unhurried. I want you to imagine that you're stepping outside, somewhere quiet, like a garden, a courtyard, a patch of green between buildings, a place you remember or one that you're making up right now. It doesn't matter which. What matters is that it's yours. The air is just the right temperature. The light is the kind that makes everything look a little more itself, warmer, more distinct, and more worth looking at. You're not going anywhere, and you're not looking for anything. You're simply here in this space with nothing required of you. Begin to notice the details, small ones, the kinds that are easy to walk past when you're moving quickly, but impossible to miss when you've stopped. Maybe there's a flower, one particular flower, catching the light at an angle that makes it look lit from within. Let your eyes rest on it. Really see it, the color of it, the texture, the way the petals are arranged, not perfectly, but exactly right. Maybe there's sound, something small, a bird, wind moving through the leaves, or even just the distant sound of the world continuing on. Let it be part of the moment rather than a distraction from it. Feel the ground beneath you, the particular texture of it. Maybe you're standing on something that holds you completely, without conditions and without asking anything in return. This is a sacred moment, not because anything extraordinary is happening, because you're here, because you're paying attention, because you decided, even for this small stretch of time, that this moment was worth being fully present for. This is what artists do. This is what you do. You pay attention to the world in a way that says, this matters. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to let it reach me. Let that settle for a moment. You're standing here in this quiet, in this light, and something in you is opening. Gently, without warning, something rises in your chest. It may be hard to name. It sits at the edge of something. Release, maybe, the quiet kind, the kind you rarely let yourself feel, or joy, or the particular tenderness that comes when you've been through something real and you're still here, still making, still paying attention. This feeling, this fullness, doesn't quite fit into a category. It's too complete for that. It sits right at the edge where you're not entirely sure if you're going to laugh or cry. And somehow it doesn't matter which. Both would be true, and both would be right. Notice it in your body, the way your chest fills, the way your breath slows and deepens, as if it knows something has arrived that deserves to be received properly. There may be warmth behind your eyes. There may be a kind of spaciousness that wasn't there a moment ago. Let it be there. You don't have to do anything with it. You don't have to explain it or deserve it or hold it carefully. Just let it fill you. This is a sacred moment. Not because anything extraordinary has happened, but just because you were here. Because you were quiet enough to feel something real. Because you let it reach you. As we begin to return, I'm going to offer a few words. Let them land gently, without effort, without needing to hold on to them. Just let them settle. Small moments are enough. They've always been enough. Noticing them is its own form of art. I am already an artist, not someday, not when I'm better at it. Right now, in this moment, exactly as I am. Joy is sacred. Laughter is sacred. I tend my well-being with every act of attention, care, rest, and creation. And I let myself laugh without apology. Take one final breath in, slow, and full. Let it carry everything this season has given you, the learning, the tenderness, the courage, and the joy. Release it all the way out, returning back into the world. When you're ready, wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, and let your eyes open slowly without rushing. I want you to carry something from this place with you. The warmth of the light, the feeling that rose in your chest and settled into calm. The quiet certainty that every moment you choose to be fully present in is a sacred one. And also carry this. You are the artist. You always have been. This season was simply the reminder. Thank you for being here, for every episode, every reflection, every moment you chose to show up for your own creative life. This was never nothing. That was everything. Today's featured artist and the final artist of the season is JPositive Jamensky, a remarkable creator whose art embodies joy, resilience, and the power of self-expression. Born in Ottawa, Canada, Joel was diagnosed with Down syndrome, and from an early age, he was encouraged by his mom to explore the world through art. Over time, Joel developed his own unique artistic voice, one filled with color, warmth, and heartfelt emotion. When words are hard to find, Joel's art speaks for him, offering a beautiful window into his thoughts and feelings. Through challenges and triumphs, including the isolation of the pandemic, Joel transformed adversity into purpose, giving himself the nickname JPositive, a reflection of his outlook on life and the light he brings to others. His online gallery, Art by JPositive, stands as a testament to creativity, courage, and the healing power of art. Beyond the canvas, Joel is also an accomplished cook, a Special Olympics athlete, a proud student at Algonquin College, and a true community inspiration. His art reminds us that beauty often shines brightest when it comes from the heart, and that positivity when shared can change the world.
Found a flower when no one sees, pastel petals swaying with the breeze, colors merging in a fragrant stream through love's eyes. I found my dream. I saw a painter with a daring hand, shaping visions only hearts would stand. Every line a story bold and true through love's eyes. The world shines new through love's eyes. The world's reborn. Every color finds a form through love's eyes. I see the sky, a canvas painted for you and I.
It is super important to love dad and your mom. The pretty flowers is my mom's name. Every both. I'm at the low level. What you do have to do it for the good of mankind. Most people do prefer being way positive words. I don't believe in war. I believe in peace and love. And music is important to be romantic. Music is important to be real. These people are thinking about love and kissing. I like music because it makes me feel good, and it sometimes makes me dance. I listen to positive music to get happy. I know it feels good to have friends at the pub. I just want to be friends with a lot of different people. I think it is a positive that everyone is different, because we are definitely trying to change the world. We are trying really hard to make the world a way better place. Yeah, people need to slow down. I think it does feels good to be in different places in the world. People do like my art. I think it's good.
So we're going to create some art today, but before we begin, I'd like to invite and challenge everyone to create something truly raw and without judgment. So what I mean by that is I'd like you to just get out a piece of paper and draw a line on it, walk away from it, come back to it a little bit later, see what it is that you created and see what inspiration you get from it. Then I want you to add to it and then walk away again and come back and do this over and over, and take as much time as you need. But the objective here is not to really achieve perfection. It's just to allow you to have a moment to engage with your art in a different way, to see how your perspective changes when you walk away and come back, and see if, as you progress, something new evolves. So one of the important things with this is I don't want you to erase anything. If you feel you made a mistake, draw over it. It's going to get messy, and that's okay. So you're just going to keep adding to it. And I'm actually going to include in the Midjourney styles a style that actually kind of reflects this sort of look, that really has that kind of messiness to it from layers and layers of sketches and drawing. When the piece is done, you don't have to love it, because that's not what the objective here is. It's about embracing the imperfections. And when you get to the end, maybe you're going to paint over parts of it, and that's okay too, but you're embracing these imperfections, you're working with them, you're allowing yourself to be messy and to make mistakes. So with that, let's move into our activity for this week. So I've intentionally chosen imperfect types of styles of art, and I'm going to share some more from Midjourney. So we're going to go into our activity. So this week we have the old style of all kinds of different styles of art that you can choose from. You're welcome to pick any of them. I put two really raw ones in here that truly are messy, minimalistic, and don't lean into perfection. So we're going to try some of those out. So we've got the raw abstract and a raw acrylic. And you can also go into some of these other ones. The block prints are a little bit messy. Surreal Hallmark is really weird and definitely full of mistakes. And of course we've got the messy and blue. I really personally like to embrace the messy. I think the messy adds so much character when you're not trying to get like that full perfection. Sometimes just the illusion of something is enough to create a lot more depth and personality to an artwork. So keeping mistakes in the artwork tells more of the story, I think, in some cases. So I'm not a realist artist though, so somebody who's really hardcore into the realism might feel completely different about that, but this is my perspective, and since this is healing artwork, I think the mistakes add to the overall artwork. So let's start with raw abstract. And I'm going to go with just something simple again, just so we can get a sense of the prompt. So I'm going to go with a human figure walking through a field of rocky boulders with mountains in the background. And we'll see what we get. So I'm going to keep the same prompt, and I'm going to try the raw acrylic. And just as a refresher, I think I'm going to grab messy and blue. And I'm also going to try out the Surreal Hallmark just to show you that it really is kind of weird. So our art has come back, and we started off with the raw abstract, and you can see it really truly does have a bit of an abstract flair. I think I would probably rerun this one again. I definitely see the figure. I don't know if these are other figures that are also walking along or what they are. Maybe it's plants. Of course, it's abstract. It's subject to interpretation. But out of curiosity, I think I will run this one again. So our next one is the raw acrylic. So you can see it's got definitely an acrylic flair. With this style, I have a lot of overlapping lines. I am permitting the messiness. You know, I'm not looking for perfection. It's got thick black outlines around everything. But it's going to be a little bit strange. Faces come out really interesting. Organic elements come out really interesting. So play around with it and see what you can come up with, but it's going to give you this raw kind of look. So next we have messy and blue, and I absolutely love this style. This looks a lot more like the way I paint, so of course that's why I love it. But what I like about messy and blue is that we have something like here with the figure. We have it in proportion, but it's not perfection. So if I was to zoom in on this, you know, the hand is not perfect. The wrist is not perfect. We don't even know what's going on here. I'm going to guess that there's maybe something in the hand. Looks like there's a walking stick. It's not perfect. And that's sort of the point. is that we all recognize this as a human figure walking along a path. We recognize everything that we see in the image without it being perfect. And that's something that I really appreciate in artwork personally, is those illusions, just the outline, just the imperfection of the whole thing adds so much character, makes me want to dive in and look more closely and see what I can discover in these layers of paint. So here's the Hallmark one. So this one is very bizarre, surreal kind of look. There's a lot of these sort of like dripping effects that takes place in it. So feel free to play around with that one. Maybe I'll run one more of this one as well. So I do recognize that these are probably not art styles that you would typically work with. They may not even be art styles that appeal to you. But the reason we're using these is just to embrace the messy and the chaotic and the raw. So if you have other art styles that you prefer or that you've worked with, use those. Like I said, I have some really great ones from Midjourney, which I'm going to go on and share, and maybe you'll like one of those a little better. As we close out this season, I want to leave you with something simple, an invitation really. Find the small sacred moments. They're everywhere if you let yourself look. A cup of tea before the world wakes up, a song that finds you at exactly the right time. The way the light falls through a window and reminds you just for a second that you're here and that matters. Always hope. Not because everything is easy, because it isn't, but because hope is the quiet decision to keep going, and that decision belongs entirely to you. Find your joy. Protect it. Come back to it. It doesn't have to be grand or earned or perfectly timed. It just has to be yours. And please be forgiving with yourself. You are doing the best you can with what you have in the moment that you're in, and that's enough. You're enough. And laugh. Laugh as much as you possibly can. Laughter is medicine, it's connection, it's proof that even in the hard seasons, there's always light. Thank you for being here with us this season. It has meant more than you know. And now, I couldn't think of a more perfect way to end this season than to give the last word to someone who has brought so much to this episode. The final word of the season belongs to our very special guest, Joel.
I see London, I see France. It's so bold, we wish we had pants.
Thanks for watching, and I hope you really enjoyed this episode. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe and the notification bell so you're kept up to date with new releases. If you'd like to support art therapy and keep this content free, I'd greatly appreciate it. You can do that by joining me on Patreon, which will be linked in the comments below. Patreon members get access to additional resources, guides, ebooks, prompts, and even the opportunity to work with me one-on-one. Don't forget, we'll also have a free live session on Hey Peers every Friday. I'll put the link for that below as well, and you can join us there to talk about AI prompting, or your traditional art, share your art, talk about how this journey is for you, and share your experience of healing through art. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.